these ingredients in its original Cheerios, but they've made no plans to change their other varieties. So what exactly are GMOs, and are they harmful to your health? Here to break it all down for us is NBC's Diet and Nutrition Editor, Madeline Fernstrom. Madeline, good morning.
Good morning to you. See you.
So let's start with the basics. What is a GMO, and is it harmful? There's a potential.
Okay. A GMO is a food that has some DNA, some genetic material inserted into that so that the new plant has positive qualities, things like being more resistant to pests, it can grow in harsher weather, it can have a better nutrient profile. And so FDA approved of all of these things. This is saying these are safe, there's no health risk, and these are good to use to improve the food supply. But there's a lot of debate out there about it.
So where does the concern come from? Because it has caused some just recently, in fact.
Okay, the concern comes with adjusting DNA and saying, gee, this is not really nature's way. Is this going to be safe? So the short-term studies, as reviewed by the FDA and other bodies, say, yes, it's safe. It does not cause increased food allergies, other illnesses. But the bigger debate is, if this is in your food and it stays in the food supply, should you be able to know about this? Because it's everywhere. If you have the main sources that are genetically modified foods are corn and soybeans, they're in every processed food, including oils. Sugar beets. These are GMOs. They can be in every packaged food. You see things like cornstarch. So it can be in animal feed. It can be in foods that people eat as an ingredient or alone, and you just don't know if you're getting it. And the question is, should you be able to know if this is in your food if you want to avoid it?
And that's really it. I mean, our companies now are not required to disclose whether or not they're using ingredients with GMOs.
One of the big debate is the FDA says it's safe, so we don't have to have mandatory labeling. But what you do want to have is a way to say, how is this not in your food if you want to avoid it? And a great way that you can do it is to look at USDA organic foods.
Okay.
As part of the FDA regulation, organic foods cannot have any GMOs added ever. No seeds, no ingredients. So if you are looking for a GMO-free option, look for the USDA organic seal.
As long as it says organic on it, then by the USDA.
By the USDA, and that will be as close as you can get to being the perfect solution to this.
Now, some of these labels say non-GMO project verified on the packaging. Is that really a non-GMO food?
Okay, this is something, it's another category that's come from companies that say we want to verify this, that there are no GMOs, but we're not going through the whole issue of organic. That's very expensive and other issues that don't matter. So this is a third party, a separate assessment, not the company saying we don't use GMOs, because you might not believe them. But this is a verification that, again, does an analysis and says it has a very low GMO level, and so it tests the ingredients, but not always the whole product.
So there is a growing push, it seems, for customers asking for greater transparencies from companies. And what is the response? Are we starting to see companies do that now?
This is really important because a company can say, we're not including GMOs, we want to switch. But having the option, just like you have gluten-free and low salt, you can have another category in many products saying, these are certified GMO-free, they don't have to be organic, but there's different testing. Some brands already now will say, no GMOs, does not contain that. And you can call the company. For example, says no GMOs, but it does have the validation seal, and you can call them. So go online, give a call if a product you have you're not sure about.
Okay, we should say, as we mentioned, General Mills is one of those companies who's saying in the original Cheerios that they've changed their GMO. They're no longer having GMOs in them, but a lot of companies also doing the same here. Chipotle, Kashi, Ben & Jerry's, what are they doing?
Right. What they're doing is simply doing two things. They're going to tell you if there's a GMO in the product. It'll be right on the package saying it contains it or does not contain it. And many are removing them or having in part of their product line, like Cheerios. Only the original is going to be GMO-free, but others may contain some GMOs. So they'll have these options as part of their portfolio. Don't expect it from every product, but it will be coming soon. And even restaurants, Chipotle's been a leader in this, so it's been great.
I'm happy you brought me my Chipotle.
Yes,
I think there was a reason for all this. So she could have
GMO-free chips. That's right. You're welcome.
Thank you. And this morning, Madeline's going to be answering your questions about GMOs on Facebook. Just go to our Facebook page, facebook.com.